guys. Thank you. Okay, well, I'm Dalton Gravitt, and today I'm going to be talking about a mentor in the hero's journey. The hero's journey is a typical adventure that our hero would take, say as in a movie, a story, everything like that. The hero's journey consists of 12 stages: the ordinary world, the call to adventure, refusal of the call, meeting with mentor, crossing the threshold, the road of trials, approach, the ordeal, the reward, the road back, the resurrection, and return with the elixir. Every part of the hero's journey must be there or happen for it to be complete. Without everything, it won't truly be the hero's journey. It won't be a true hero, pretty much. Such as Roy lacked a mentor, so that was one part that was missing in the hero's journey, so he was just doomed to fail, because he didn't have all the components of the journey. The road of trials is a path that the hero takes to get to the ultimate boon. The hero must go through many obstacles and tests. Not all may be physical, some may be mental, such as like what they do as a person. It may not just be like physical tasks, such as like hitting a baseball and all that stuff, you know. And the road of trials are to help the hero prepare for the main showdown, the biggest battle like of all of them. It's pretty much to prepare them for the very final trial in the road of trials, you know. A mentor is someone who will guide the hero through his journey. The mentor is usually like an older person, obviously, because someone who is older than you will know more and is a wiser character than you. And the mentor can often be known as, say, a father or a mother figure to the hero. Like he looks up to them and sees them as a role model. The mentor's main job is to teach and protect the hero and lead him in the right path of not only the hero's journey, but just in life in general. A good example of a mentor could be Robin Williams from the movie Good Will Hunting. He led the hero on the right path of life, and he tried to help him and give him advice. And he seemed like a father figure to him, maybe not necessarily father, but a really close friend figure. He was there when he needed him most, especially. The way a mentor is shown in the book is through Sam. Sam was Roy's mentor in pregame. And Sam pretty much helped Roy get around and do things properly in the world and speak to people properly, because Roy isn't really street smart, as they would say. And on page 20, it states, "No, oh no, Sam, not without you." This showed how Roy knows he needed Sam, not only as a mentor, but also as his friend, because Roy didn't have that many friends. Then right after that, it says, "Roy bent lower, and Sam stretched his withered neck and kissed him on the chin." This showed Sam kind of saying like goodbye as like a father figure. And once Sam was gone though, Roy had no strong mentor, so he kind of let himself down in the wrong path, such as Pops tried to be a mentor, but Roy wouldn't accept him to be his mentor. Like, he just kept not fully listening to his advice. The road of trials, I kind of want to say, begins when Harriet Bird shoots him, because that's when just his whole path in life is completely changed. Everything's going to change now, because he's aged, 15 years when he came in to join the Knights, which is his second trial, which is just joining the Knights, the League. And another trial could be him speaking to the judge, asking for a pay raise, because that takes bravery and all that stuff, especially since the judge is like they were saying, he'll like eat you alive and stuff like that. And maybe the reward from him taking these actions and the bravery to speak to the judge could be how they created Roy Hobbs Day, where he got tons of gifts, tons of all that stuff, since he wasn't getting paid. Another trial could be Roy chasing the Temptress, because that's probably a big one that was his main struggle in the book, was he kept going for the wrong woman, and it affected him in his slump, it affected him in his decision making with the deal with the judge. It's just, she was like the main trial, I think, because she was just that big struggle. Also, and I do not know why he goes for her, because she specifically says, "I'm strictly a dead man's girl" on page 48. She also blames Roy for Bump's death, and he knows this. Pop was talking to Roy, and he's like, "You know that Bump's death isn't your fault, right?" And Roy said, "I didn't think it was." And he was like, "Oh, well, my niece said that it was your fault, but just ignore her." So he literally knows that she is blaming him for Bump's death, and he's still gonna go after her. He's like in love with her. She's obviously the wrong girl. And then the major trial could be his slump and what he did wrong and what he did to get out of it, and such as what he did during it. The mentor impacts the road to trials majorly because the mentor is who keeps the hero on the right path. Such as Roy was led astray because he didn't have a mentor, so he didn't have anyone to have advice to with the situation going on in his slump. Pretty much Pop just kept saying, change your bat, change your bat. He didn't have really anyone to say, actually like talk to him and help him and understand what he needs to do to get out of his slump. He didn't have anyone to help him, give him help, to give him advice about Memo and tell him that she was obviously the not right one for his path. Also, without a mentor's guidance in said trials, he may not know what to do and he'll have nothing to fall back on, because if he doesn't know what to do, just like as if I gave a little child, say, a test on Algebra 2, they're obviously not going to know what to do because they haven't been taught anything yet. They don't know what to do in that situation. So they would be lost. And without a mentor, the hero can become lost, as said as the child, and not know how to face the obstacles that come in his path. Not having a mentor during the road to trials severely impacts Roy. A great example that shows his lack of a mentor that leads to his downfall is Pop said numerous times, don't you think you ought to try another bat, another stick, all that stuff? He kept saying, try another bat, just try it. Are you going to give it up? I'll sit you until you change that bat. If he took Pop's advice and changed his bat, maybe they would have won that final game, because not only did he fail everyone in the end, Wonder Boy failed him. So he may have been able to pull that win, but Wonder Boy broke in half. The biggest trial in this book, I think, was actually one of the final deals with the judge, to throw the game. This also strongly showed his lack of a mentor, because even when his brain knew that it was the wrong decision to make the deal, he still did it. He even imagined Sam telling him, don't do this. Like, Sam was actually there. He was literally creating, like, his own past mentor in his head, telling him, dude, this isn't right. Don't do this. Like, that's not for you, dude. And he wanted to become the best, and you're not going to become the best if you become a cheater. It ruins your name, as we see at the end, and he really regrets it. And then, again, at the very end of the book, his final trial, I think, was to decide between Iris, obviously the better choice, or the temptress Memo. A way mentor is shown in culture could be through the movie The Hobbit. Gandalf was the mentor to the character Bilbo Baggins. Gandalf gave Bilbo advice and led him in the right path. He knew that Bilbo could be so much more than just Bilbo. He knew that he had a bigger path in life to go do like great things and go on this big adventure, this big quest. And Gandalf would many times leave to go do like his own trials, because he still is a character. Everyone has their own trials in the story. But whenever Bilbo or the dwarves needed him, still as that mentor, he would come to their rescue and help them and pretty much lead them again. As I said in the beginning, Roy was doomed to fail because he didn't have all the components of the hero's journey, such as the mentor, which just led to his downfall. But even if Roy had a mentor, would his ignorance and stupidity have led him in the wrong path no matter what, just because of him as a person? All of this told us was that a mentor is needed for the hero's journey, or it will not work, especially during the road of trials, because if you have no one to help you and lead you in the proper way, in the right path of life, then you're just going to get lost and make the wrong decisions. The natural truly does prove that without a mentor, the hero is doomed to fail.